Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Tonight, being Sunday, December 10th, is the night of the debut of the CBOE listing the futures for cryptocurrency, specifically, obviously, Bitcoin. So tonight, there's been a lot of talk on who's fake, who's not, and I'm going to try to show you. I'm not saying who's fake or not, but we'll just go through some opinions here. But doesn't mean directly I will hold these um, exchanges or projects accountable. But I'll let you decide on who is fake or not. Okay, the first one is Enigma. This one came out starting. If you go to my group here, my quant HFT high frequency trading with MATLAB, C++, Java, R, Python, C Sharp, and Excel, you'll notice here if you go in and type in Enigma, you'll get all these results. So for the longest time since January this year, I've been hearing about Enigma and this project called Catalyst, and there seems to be a lot of hype around it, and this is what drives up the price. And I'll show you some other projects I've seen that are similar. So Enigma comes along, does their ICO, live trading with Enigma, and there's some content to, I guess, promote and get the whole community hyped up about these projects. So the question becomes then, who are these people that like this guy or this guy again? So you can see there's a lot of people have interest in this because you got 13 likes. So it's building the hype. And then there's this guy talking about, again, Enigma and Catalyst. And then things happen, content and content. And we get to a point now on November 10th, and today again is December 10th, so I guess a month ago. I keep getting Enigma folks trying to spam this group after this happens. So let me just show you what I mean here. So 2 days ago, I put this blurb on the group, and it wasn't exactly a positive set of let me just see if I can find it here. Probably better to go through this way. And we'll get into the most recent one, the IOTA, so that's the right way to pronounce it. Okay. Okay, so this is what I want to show. So a person sent me an email about Enigma for the fans out there, and I put this in quotes. Hi Brian, sorry for the delay in response. It just worked out how to access YouTube messages, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm glad I passed on Enigma. Disappointed I didn't just stick with Bitcoin, from someone on my YouTube group. Then we started getting responses of first one. Well, you could have bought almost everything and it did worse than Bitcoin. Also, I don't see the point you're trying to make. So again, this is from the same guy. I believe it's connected to the project. Then this guy comes in. Are you saying someone cannot be exceptionally talented developer if they think that YouTube would work as expected and send messaging? That's pretty ignorant supposition, in my opinion. I don't know. I can see the connection, but we're just talking about Enigma here. So the guy's disappointed, and then what I followed up does Enigma Catalyst scam? Here's a link. Hackers scam $500,000 from Enigma digital currency investors. Now, I'm not saying it's a scam, but it's definitely run by a bunch of incompetent people because, well, people put money into this and get scammed by hackers. So then this comes back in response. Enigma is definitely not a scam. We're a group of MIT graduates, researchers, to fix scalable and privacy blockchains. Our CEO guy, established expert in blockchains. CAC's powerful tool for live trading markets and backtesting algorithms. If you're interested in crypto, I encourage you to come speak with the team directly instead of reading the register or anonymous internet. Um, the register is a fairly recognized uh, outlet, so unless they're lying, take them to court. I'm just repeating what they're saying instead of posting this. So I'll leave that with those who want to get sucked into the hype. Okay, so let me just see here what else we got going on. So as I said earlier, a few days ago, this thing came out. IOTA interview, IOTA. Trust systems are absolutely pivotal. I don't know what this is, but all of a sudden people in the last 2-3 days have been talking about this IOTA. I mean, it's just all over the place, like from a guy out of Germany, guy out of Australia, guy out of, like, obviously it's a global thing. So being on my Twitter group, my Telegram group, this came up, one of the guys, and this guy knows his stuff. IOTA is spreading fake news to spike the price. It has worked. Let's check it out. These are some of the tweets from people, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate on for this, nor do I care, because I'm just republishing what I'm seeing. I was an early adopter. I bought 45 million at 21 cents a piece. Now I'd like to sell, so the network is literally dead. That's the same with people that bought into the hype of Bitcoin. Yeah, you may have earned money on your Bitcoin, but have you tried to sell it through the exchanges? And let me know what happens. Transactions do not conform for days or weeks. That's pretty scary. How is there so much hype for a completely non-functional network is beyond me. Here's some of the commentary. So it's a decentralized network. IOTA currently is completely centralized. You're confusing marketing hype with reality. Anyways, that's just one person. Let's see what else is in one of these. It takes weeks to get your money out. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's pretty pathetic. Bitfinex is the biggest IOTA exchange. IOTA, I don't know. Phil Potter is one of the biggest IOTA investors. Network almost unusable, so no one can sell. IOTA is suddenly number 4. Weird, huh? 400 or 500 likes. I am Bitfinex now. Please donate for lawsuit. I was going to donate some IOTA, but I always get error when sending. What's the matter with IOTA? I don't understand. Would you mind explaining briefly what is up with IOTA? Okay. Let's pull in another blurb here. This is on the most recent. So, proof, IOTA's partnership with big tech not real. I'm not going to get in this, but I just want to show you the general trends here. Okay, so we have that. Now, let's talk about exchanges. Now, I think IOTA is backed by Bitfinex, so we'll talk about them in a minute. IOTA backed by Bitfinex. So, okay, so let's talk about some other hype here. Okay, so that's all speculation, but okay, so the first one on the exchange. Oh, let's go to Bloomberg now. I think these are very, very important for credibility, where the institutions are like saying, hey, if you want to get ripped off, do what you can. So there's this story about Tether. Tether was hacked a few weeks ago of $35 million. Again, when you get hacked and you're trying to build a business reputation and you get hacked, you got to ask yourself, like, why is that allowed? like it just makes you look like morons that you can't really develop a proper network or an exchange to protect people's money. So there's this question about Tether. So there's a $35 million hack on Tether, and then there's this. $814 million mystery. So what these guys do is they're a cryptocurrency. For every dollar that goes into it, they say they're backed by a dollar in the bank, and they have 814 million of these things. So people are asking, well, where's the money? Like, how do you prove yourself? And this story came out 3 days ago, 4 days ago. Okay, so not everyone believes there is. Is there anything backing this? Risk analysis. If these aren't back 1-to-1, then what is the contagion risk if one of these things goes down? There's a fear that the recent price risk was helped by printing of Tether that is backed by USD in a bank account. I'll put the links in the. But again, even Bloomberg sits there and questions it. So then we get into the exchanges themselves. Let me just see here. Okay. So here's $31 million hack. I don't. This is Tether, that story I told you about. And Bitcoin dropped. Obviously recovered. But again, how do you allow yourself to be hacked of $31 million? It just boggles my mind. Anyways, just looking for more stories. Okay, so here's another story. This one, November 30th. This one was due to one of the exchanges couldn't keep up with the demand. I believe it might be Coinbase. There's so many that I lose track of them all. There's so much negative stories out there. You just don't know how to separate the fact from fiction. So of course there's CoinMarketCap, which we've talked about in the past. So this one's Coinbase, one of the more legit exchanges. But I think they had experienced server outages and delays on Wednesday. And then adding to certainly the San Francisco-based company lost a bid to block in an IRS investigation into whether customers have reported their cryptocurrency gains. So these guys are the legit ones, but the problem is they've not built out their exchange to keep up with the demand of Bitcoin as it rises. And again, and this is the most legitimate of them all. And that's kind of concerning if you ask me. We've already talked about this one. Let me just see here. Tether theft. Okay, so now let's talk about Bitfinex. And I believe, is there a connection between Bitfinex and this IOTA? I have no idea, and I hate to say it, nor do I care. But here's some of the reviews of Bitfinex, the wonky exchange that has got some negative feedback, and I'm just trying to find that story. Like I said, there's just so many of these things. We'll talk about BitThumb, another one, in a minute. Let me just go back to the last one. Okay, so here's a review of Bitfinex. Now, I don't think people go out and just slander exchanges just for the fun of it. 2 days ago, I bought some. I had no problem with depositing for that, yet wanted to withdraw the altcoins to other wallets. Suddenly, a minimum is required. I have 60 IOTAs, and you need 62.5 for withdrawal. Same with other cryptos. So guess what? You can check in but never check out, as in Hotel California. I tried trading Bitcoin, mostly trading, and lost money in a volatile good market. I believe there are two main reasons for this below. Here using Bitfinex for a few months, was happy with them until yesterday morning. Entered a limit order to buy IOTA with Bitcoin, but the order was partially completed with only literally nothing in IOTA. Even when the price was below my limit price, was not filled. The price drops a lot below my limit price, but the order was not filled. This is bad. There's no option to cancel the order to get my Bitcoin back. My Bitcoin just went missing. Hope they can assist me to get a refund with my Bitcoin. Although the amount's not big, but it does make me lose confidence and also make me miss the opportunity to buy ITA when it dropped today. Blah, blah, blah. Hope can resolve this. Man, this is bad. Been using for over a year and happy with the service. Even now they handled the hack some time ago. All the services on the type, the UI advanced, but if you... Oh, so I don't know if these could be fake reviews. So bad experience, the worst exchange ever. It was extremely slow in withdrawal compared with any other exchanges. See, everything's all about withdrawal. It never sucks. I've used Bitrex, Ubid, blah, blah, blah. Could hardly handle withdrawal within 30 minutes. Longest, fastest one was X. We could talk about them in a minute, which took less than 10 minutes. But this Bitfinex took 2 hours. This is the withdrawal, folks. This withdrawal lead time is unacceptable. Here we go again. Withdrawal approved. Is now queued for processing, will complete soon to spending limits of the account. Wow, pretty bad, folks. Pretty bad. Okay, so let's look at some other stuff. Talked about the Tether. Oh, BitThumb. I just lost it. So I'm going to talk about some solutions out there. Okay, so we got here BitThumb. There was, let's see if there was a network outage. Here we go. This one's a while back, but yep, they followed through with this story. Police posted at BitThumb as users file lawsuit after service outage cost millions. This is BitThumb out of Korea, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange. So they did actually follow through with it. What happened? Bitcoin Cash was setting new records. Blah, blah, blah. Was leading could only watch it after the trading platform was knocked offline. Such was the ire of affected traders that police were posted outside of BitThumb's Seoul headquarters. So these things are not properly designed. So we got people are angry and blah, 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 blah. Sour grapes, just desserts, whatever. But it just goes to show how bad these things are. Okay, so as I promised, solutions. So what I've been doing is as we've been watching the CME, CBOE adding Bitcoin to their futures market. Now remember, this is a derivative product. There's no real underlying for it. And even if there was, the underlying doesn't exist. It's cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, folks. So it's a pure derivative and it could just vanish. Something I'm not sure will actually work over the long run. There might be some short-term hype and profits made for sure. But if I was to trade in these markets, which I would like to, what I wanted to do was to choose the reliable Bitcoin exchanges, which are both chosen by both CME and CBOE. So the CBOE will use Gemini. Let's just go to market cap, coin cap. Coin market cap. Let's check out the volumes. So here we go, Bitcoin at 16,700. Trade volumes by exchange. The other thing is that somebody was saying that these volumes may be fake coming out of the exchanges. So that's another wonderful thing we need to be aware of. But here's the exchanges by volume. GDAX is now third. Okay, so let's go through the proof. As I promised, you can bitch about problems, but you always have solutions. So here, CME is choosing Bitstamp, GDAX, and IT Bit. All right. So when you look at this, we have GDAX, IT Bit. It's fairly small volume, and what was the other one? Bitstamp. See what the volumes are at. So these are tiny volumes, right? But the CME, as far as I know, through these articles, are choosing these exchanges. On top of that, there's a CBOE, which is using Gemini. Gemini is run by the guys that were the so-called founders, twins, the Winklevoss twins or whatever. They're supposed to be uh, running this exchange. A lot of these are U.S. based, so there may be some trust there, but the volumes are fairly low. But maybe as these other bigger exchanges get exposed for what they are, where people are having problems withdrawing, they may jump onto these other more so-called trusted exchanges. Now, again, the way to do this is to use a project that I plan to use called CCXT. Okay, CCXT, which is a wrapper to 60 or 90. I'm always getting these confused. 60 or 90 exchanges. Let's see here. 93 exchanges. Okay, so they have all the major exchanges that you can find on Coin Market Cap, and they do also have the legit ones. But they have some of the projects in there to connect into with one framework, one library, one package, using again JavaScript, and PHP, but the most popular is Python. Okay, that's your solution, and just stick with the exchanges that the bigger Chicago-based exchanges like the CME and CBOE are planning to use, as I listed. Okay, so make sure that's a solution I'm going to go with. I do know that the selection of the currency pairs or cryptocurrency pairs are important, as well as a volume, but you want to be able to get your money out if you want it, instead of waiting for, as we poured in some of the other reviews, like days and weeks and whatnot, if ever. Okay, so that's a solution. So hopefully this will help you out to eliminate a lot of the confusion out there and the hype. And don't believe the hype. And as Nancy Reagan would say, just say no. All right, hopefully this will help you out. Talk to you later.